My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Girls of High Value channel. Today we're going to talk about how to motivate men. There's three aspects to it. First, you got to give him a problem. Then you got to give him the lead. And then you've got to reward him. Giving him a problem. Masculine men love problems. They are literally problem solvers. That's what we're created to do. We love problems. We love getting inside our heads and just thinking about what about this and what about this and what about that and why is this not working and why is this working, and then continuously moving towards the truth, moving towards that which works in the long run and in the big scheme of things. Masculine men have that trait. Feminine men, however, very often try to give away problems. They don't want problems because they've got so much of them already. The fact is, masculine men have problems, just like feminine men do, but they want more problems. They want bigger problems because the bigger problems they solve, the more reward they get. The bigger problems they solve, the more money they get. The bigger problem they solve, the better the reward and the better it tastes when you get to the top. This is one of the big reasons you, as a woman, should desire a masculine man. Because if you get a masculine man, according to the definition on the Men of High Value channel, you're bound to go right. It's bound to work out. What is a masculine man? A masculine man is someone who is emotionally stable, who has control over his emotions, and who uses and channels those emotions in order to achieve worthwhile goals for himself and for those in his responsibility. That is what a masculine man is. And then you can add on to the things of capacity to handle burden, that he is masculine in terms of his features, that he's capable, he's strong, you know all the other masculine features, okay? But the main one that most of them don't get, and that is very confusing for most people outside in the world today, is the thing about emotional stability. You cannot be a masculine man if your emotions go like this. You cannot be a masculine man if you need to have substances and drugs in order for you to feel good. You know, if you smoke cigarettes or if you drink alcohol and you need it on a consistent basis, you cannot be a masculine man. This is why you as a woman should always make sure before you choose the right guy, you get the help of other people to notice and find out the true masculine right guy, so that you don't go wrong when it comes to that one. Okay, so what we've done now is we've clarified that a masculine man loves problems. Give him a problem and he's gonna solve it for you. If you are a feminine woman. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. That's part of the reward part. Okay, so you've given a man a problem, and the bigger the problem, the more fired up and excited he's gonna get. Because now he has to tap into his the second stage of leadership that I teach, which is to lead a team. If he leads himself, he knows his capabilities, but he also knows that he cannot do everything by himself. Which means that if he's got too big of a problem, what he's going to do is he's going to hone in on his leadership skills so that he can lead other people to help him to solve that problem. Remember, the bigger the problem, the better the reward. So he's going to basically create a team that can solve that bigger problem. So now you've basically now given him a problem, and now you've allowed him to take the lead. Understand that men are passionately motivated when they are given responsibilities, when they're given the lead. all right? Being allowed to be the leader in the relationship, to be the head of the household, even though that sounds crazy in this 2019 world that we live in right now, where women and men are supposed to be equal on each side and whatever. Yes, of course, but if women give away their responsibilities, give away their problems, give away all of the things that are holding them back and that are burdening them and giving them to the man, suddenly you tap into the motivation of the masculine man. If he expects you to actually take half of the responsibilities of taking care of the finances, and also taking care of the kids, and taking care of the house, and taking care of your parents, and whatever else is happening in life, he's going to, like, and you expect to have that leadership in the home, you're gonna get tired eventually. You're gonna add children to that. It's gonna be very difficult for you eventually, right? So you want him to take the lead. You want him to take the leadership, and he's not going to pull you along. You're going to give him your hand, and then together you're going to go together towards success, right? It's not the fact that he's going to oppress you like they did in the patriarchy. He's going to actually lead you, and you're going to voluntarily want to follow him because he's a man of power, because he's a masculine man who is not going to leave you in your problems. He's going to solve them. So, you've given him a problem. Sometimes it's such a big problem that he needs to develop a team. One of those problems is the financials of a household. The financials of him supporting a wife and supporting children takes a lot of money. Money matters, and you want to have a lot of it. And you want to make sure that you can find a guy who can 10x his income, 100x his income, and 1000x his income so that you don't have to. So now you've given him the problem, you've given him the lead, and now that he actually solves the problem together with the team that he's created, and you don't have any of those problems, and you've given them away, and you've given away the leadership to him, you've given him the responsibility, guess what? It allows you, at the same time as he's going through the problems, he's going into the world and being massively rejected, but he's figuring it out, because when he comes home, guess what? He's got you. Exactly. He's out there trying to figure it out, trying to work hard, trying to fight, the demons or whatever of the world. And then he comes home in the safe clasp of his woman. He comes home to his children who love him dearly. And the home is wonderful. You as a woman have been taking care of everything, and you've also allowed yourself to not be burdened. Okay? When a man creates the wealth, creates the finances, and solves bigger problems, it allows you to tap into your femininity. And this is quite tricky, and I'm going to go in detail about how does a woman make things work in terms of loneliness if she has too many kids, or how does she manage to not be burdened while she's in the home, while he's out there making it work in the world. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about that in the coming weeks, months, and years. Okay, but for now, understand that the less you have to worry about finances, at least get rid of that one. At least give him that one, so you don't have to think about it at all. Remember, he's got to be the right guy, because if he's not the right guy, then you might be in a sucky situation. But if he is the right guy, at least you won't have to think about the finances. You will be able to be allowed to think about the relationships in your life, and you'll be able to think about the health in your life, and the safety and security of yourself, of the children, and also, lastly, creating the home, of course, but lastly, your sexual capacity as a feminine woman. It is so important to understand that your sexuality as a woman is so has so much potential. We have no idea how much potential the woman has in sexual matters. This is why we on the Men of High Value channel teach them semen retention, teach them ejaculation control, because if they don't last long enough, the woman is not able to explore her true femininity and sexuality. She's not able to explore her pleasure, which is one of the biggest reasons why she came on planet Earth. And the fact is, the moment the guy is able to control himself in the bedroom and have that power, it amazes the woman and it turns her on even more, which makes it a beautiful union, okay, in that relationship, in that long-term committed relationship. This is the foundation of the reward a man desires. This is how you motivate a man. A masculine man wants a feminine, sexual woman who is turned on by him because he's a man of power. If you don't give men problems, they don't have the opportunity to show their true colors, to show their masculinity, and to show what they're capable of. They're not able to show that they are winners. This is why it's fantastic that women blame men. Because the moment men are blamed, they now can take the responsibility, they can take the leadership, they can create the change. They can be the leaders they were born to be. And that is what fires up men more than anything else. When they've got the leadership and they make things happen, which basically means that they win. They win at life. And they surround themselves with winners. They surround themselves with a team of people, and together they're winning. And then, because of that power, because he's solved problems, because he's been winning, guess who looks up to him at home? Exactly, you. You as a woman, you as a feminine, sexual woman who has the capacity to explore herself, her femininity, her sexuality, and who has the capacity to reward him for the effort that she's putting in. This is completely different than the current circumstance we're in right now, where men and women are working side by side, and because of the huge government that's going on, we have to pay tons of taxes, which makes everyone poor, which makes it so that we both have to work, which is horrific, because that means this is what happens. The man is out working, the woman is out working, and this is normal. Okay, this is what people are doing. The man knows that his responsibility is not to take care of the home and the children. Yet, the woman needs him to help out when he comes home from work. But since this has not been his nature, and in many ways is not his nature, what happens is that when he comes home, the woman expects him to help out just as much as she is, because she's gone to work and he's gone to work, so the right thing to do, right, is for both to work at home. So they end up both being burdened and not able to fulfill their true potential of going 100% into their individual responsibilities. The man is supposed to protect and provide. The woman is supposed to not have any responsibilities at all, except for the ones that she naturally gravitates towards. Which means that when the man is providing and protecting and there are children, the woman will naturally, automatically go to nurture the children and help them and bring them up the way that they're supposed to be. The woman doesn't need to be told that. She does that naturally, inherently, from the goodness of her heart, if she is unburdened. And having to provide as a woman strips you of that capacity of running towards your relationships, running towards blessing your children, which ends up us having families that basically are operating at a low energy, low capacity levels, where there is no male leader, there's no male head of the household. The problems are being solved together, and because both people have the problems, there's a lot of bickering instead of having he's leader there, and then you can take charge when he's not at home, and then you come together again and have a fantastic relationship because everyone knows their roles, everyone is happy, everyone is having it the way that it was designed to be. Okay, so masculine men, they simply just want to win, give them a problem, make them the leader, and then reward them massively when they manage to do what was expected of them. And if you do that, I promise you they're going to win again and again and again and again, because that's what men were designed to do. And you will love it because he will provide for you no matter what, simply because he loves you, because you're feminine, and because you're not naggy, because he's accomplishing things. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.